POV, you're sick, but every time you go to the doctor, they look at your labs, they say, you're fine, there's nothing we can do for you. Here's day one of 3 things your doctor may or may not have told you about mast cell activation. Today, 3 symptoms that say you might have MCAS. Number 1, chronic multisystemic inflammation. That's a fancy way of saying inflammation that shows up in more than one body system at the same time. For example, you might have chronic skin issues, rash, cystic acne, eczema, psoriasis, you name it. And simultaneously, you might have musculoskeletal issues, joint pain, muscle pain, or maybe you have bladder issues even though you have no UTI. If you have chronic inflammation that shows up across more than one body or organ system, check that box. That's number 1. Number 2, a pattern of allergy or sensitivity. Now, this could be a classic allergy, such as eat peanuts, get an anaphylactic reaction, or eat dairy, get acne, or eat pineapple, get an itchy mouth. Or it could be a sensitivity. And again, this could be to a food or an environmental trigger, but it could be an atypical response. Not the response you would normally think of when you think allergy, such as fatigue, brain fog, insomnia, restless leg, chronic pain, etc., etc. These symptoms can be extreme, or they can be very mild. So mild, in fact, as not to have raised any red flags. Like, well, doesn't everyone get a little runny nose every once in a while? If you have consistent or semi-consistent allergies or sensitivities to either dietary or environmental factors, check that box. And number 3, I affectionately refer to as tissue issues. Let me back up. Mast cells trigger healing post-injury by releasing mediators into the bloodstream and surrounding tissue that jumpstart clotting, laying down of collagen for tissue reconstruction, etc., etc. As a result, mast cell dysfunction often shows up in the tissue, and especially in healing and repair. So if you get a small cut and you end up with a big scar, that's a warning sign. Or if you get a small cut and it just doesn't seem like it's healing right, it's healing too slow, that would be a little bit less common, but also red flag. Or maybe your doctor has told you at some point that you have a connective tissue disorder, EDS, hypermobility, structural instability, or maybe you just you throw your neck out easily, you go to the chiropractor, he fixes it, but then 2 days later, it's back out again. And it's like your bones can't seem to get their act together. Red flag. So if you have all 3, chronic multisystemic inflammation, patterns of allergy or sensitivity, and issues in your tissues, your chances just went up that the root cause of your symptoms is not the places where your doctor is looking. It's the mast cells themselves.